Hello friends and welcome to my channel. So this is the beginning, the introduction, if you will, to the two-barrel manifold upgrade for the Slant Six. What goes on before you do this? Actually, a lot more than you would think, at least for me. Trepidation is the word I'm thinking about, because I already have a engine that's running and runs pretty well. So I'm going to dismantle it, parts of that engine to upgrade it, not knowing, what the heck might happen. But anyway, I do want to try to squeeze a little bit more performance out of the Slant Six. The exhaust seems actually to have helped, not as much in power. I don't really feel that, maybe a tiny bit, but actually fuel economy. It seems to get a lot better gas mileage, and I haven't calculated any numbers on that, but I'm pretty sure that it is actually getting better gas mileage. I can just tell by how often I have to kind of fill it up. But as with any project, a lot of stuff happens behind the scenes. Like this is like maybe a 10-page document on the correct bolts and washers to use for the exhaust manifold, along with the torque specifications and just a whole lot of information that I found on the web, specifically at the Slant Six forum, which is an invaluable resource for working on the Slant Six. So a lot of stuff with that. And the hardest part of this project, I believe, is going to be just getting the exhaust manifold off. I already have a couple broken studs. I'll show you that in a little bit. I'm hoping not to break any more. I do have a resource for getting the studs if I should break them, but the hardest part is actually getting them out of the engine. So we're going to probably have some trouble with that. What else? I don't know. Just sit back. This is probably going to be a pretty long video, and enjoy, get a beverage, a hot beverage or a nice adult cold beverage, and I hope you enjoy the video, and we'll be right back. Gotta make it purty. Hey Wilson, want a treat? There. Something to do while the paint dries. Okay, quick revisit. It's been probably Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's been 5 days, and yeah, we did have some gear oil leakage. So not a fix. And I'm sure if it was warmer, this would be a lot worse. It's been pretty chilly here. So hey, I got gear oil in it, so I won't burn up the rear, but definitely is not fixed yet. So it looks like Rorschach test. I'm seeing a man who got shot in the head, poor guy, and his arm blew off. I've been watching a lot of World War II stuff, so don't mind my weirdness. Help me! Well, here we begin. This one's a broken stud, which I did. These I've had off before, so I don't think they're going to be too difficult. This is another broken stud. This white stuff is just something I threw on here. It's like a muffler seal, just to kind of quiet the engine a little bit while I was working on it. So let's get started getting these bolts off. And let me get you in a good spot here. Okay, first one here is off. Now that's the triangle washer and the nut. Try to put these in order. You guys see all right? Lost my wrench already. What did I do with it? Hello. Oh, there it is. Socket isn't fitting in there too well. I'm going to try to find a box wrench here. So I didn't expect the 17 or the upper bolts to be that difficult to get off. This one I just loosened pretty easily, so that one should come off pretty good. Hope I'm not blocking you here. It's starting to get a little tight, so just kind of move this back and forth. I don't think these are going to break at all, these studs. And I didn't even hit these with any sort of lubrication, like a liquid wrench or some sort of penetrating oil. I do have it. I think once I get these off, this one off, I'm gonna maybe spray down the bottom ones. It's kind of hard to see with this light, but here's the bottom bolts are here. Can you see that one there? There you go. Bottom bolt. they're going to be the ones that are more difficult to get off. So I do have penetrating oil here somewhere. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. I see it. So I'm going to go get that. And then after I get this last nut off here, or not the last nut, I wish it was the last nut. All right, 2 off so far. We'll be back. Get some PB Blaster on these guys. PB Blaster. We're going to soak this down really well with some PB Blaster. And then we're going to get some Vienna sausages. See that guy? It's actually pretty good. I'm not making fun. It's an homage, if you will. But hell, we might as well people ask these other guys too. There's another one down here somewhere. Alright, while I'm working on those other ones, we'll let that soak in a little bit. PB Blaster since 1957. Breaks loose fasteners. Yeah, it works pretty well. Alright, let me get around here. I'm stepping all over my tools. Kind of surprised these are coming off pretty well. Like I said, I didn't think we would have too much trouble with the top ones. Oh, I forgot some other bolts that I should PB blast. While I'm here, I'm gonna do my PB blast already. Already lost it. Oh, there she blows. These, where are they? Yeah, I believe there's one back here too. You guys having fun yet? Should I bring you back when I get these bolts off, or I'll just speed this up? Get this out of the way. So I was saying before, it's tough taking parts off a car that will render it inoperable. Most of my jobs recently haven't really dealt with like taking any engine components apart. So this one is one I want to do, but it was, wanted to make sure the season was over, the warm season, so it wouldn't prevent me from taking the car out. All right, so this middle stud gets a different kind of washer. It's sort of a concave type of washer. You see that? It's very difficult to find too. I read that article that I had printed out. It says in there that they went to a lot of trouble with putting the right type of fasteners on these things to kind of prevent the exhaust manifold mainly from cracking, which it had a propensity to do, and to make sure you didn't over torque things. All right, let's see. Get this guy back here now. All right, so we'll be back. We got a few more. I know this one's going to be easy to take off because this is actually an electric choke sensor, which I'll probably wind up using again. The electric choke is sort of over there somewhere in that pile of junk. All right, but we'll be back. So we're going to start taking the carburetor off. I got all the top nuts off, except for the broken one. All right, let's get this carburetor off of here. Ah, the sweet smell of gasoline. Yummy. PCV valve off. Get that out of the way. This, you see this? This tube is like rock hard. Gotta replace that one of these days. All right. Let's get the carburetor off. I believe that's a 5/8 bolt. Ouch, that was my head. Actually, it's probably a 9/16, isn't it? What is this? It's a 13 millimeter. Which works, so I'll use that. Starting to get a little afraid about these bolts. These bolts here are connect the intake manifold to the. There's a little pocket on the exhaust manifold that heats up this carburetor. So during winter operation, makes the car run a little better. All right. get the rod linkage off the carburetor. And there goes Mr. Carburetor. Alright, so the ones I'm talking about here are here and here, and there's one back here. So let's see what we got here. Can't tell if that's moving. I gotta get a 6-point socket on that. This is a 12-point on the end of this box wrench. Probably, I don't want to risk stripping that out. So 6-point socket, fit nicely. And the way I'm going to do this is by doing a little tapping motion and then go the other way. Do this just a little at a time, just sort of to break it. And when I mean break it, I don't mean break it. I mean just break the bond. Keep going slowly back and forth. Over the years that this car's run, I think I may have just broken it. May have just came out. Yep, something broke. Yep. No, that one broke off. Oh well. Occupational hazard. Well, let's see how far we get. Good thing about this is if they do break, and I think that's something pretty easy to drill out. I think I just broke another one. Well, this one actually is turning. Give it an eye. This one is coming in. I'll be dipped. I'm trying to get all my catchphrases in. Boy, that surprised me. I didn't think this one would have broken. They sure did use some slender bolts on here. But look at that. Isn't that surprising? Can you see that? It's like the threads at the bottom are almost completely rusted off. Let's see if we can get the other one off. And this one just either broke or broke. Nah, it broke. There's that one. That one broke off. Yeah, well, not too bad. Let's see, what is holding this manifold on? There are bottom ones here. All right, we'll start on the bottom ones. Let's see how many of these will break. Can you guys see okay? Very gingerly, back and forth. This one actually is loose. And this one's coming. Now the problem is when it starts to get tight again, so you want to back it off a little. See. A lot of people break these right at the very end. Just when you start to feel it tighten it up, kind of hit the other direction. Unless I want to just give it another squirt of the penetrating fluid.
I love the smell of penetrating oil in the evening. It smells like victory.
Now, I'm not really sure what type of washer here is at the bottom here. Keep an eye on these, this nut. I can tell you one thing though, my back is already starting to ache. I haven't done a lot of leaning over the car type of stuff for a while. All right, well that came off. And all right, it's got one of the batwing washers on the bottom here. It's pretty difficult to get on here. Alright, we'll worry about getting Batman a little bit later. Let's give this another squirty squirt. Let me get you in there a little bit more. Make this a tiny bit more exciting. Still a little too tight for getting this off by hand. Holy crap. And this one I actually got the stud. The stud came out with the nut, and I am starting to get some leakage down here because these do go into a water jacket, so hopefully I won't lose too much coolant. I don't think that's broken, so that's an oddity. So from what I can tell now, I think I have 2 more left to go. Let's see, can you see them there? There's the one there that's off, that's off too. There's one down there that's still on, along with the one near the thermostat stove pocket. That one's off down there, can you see it? And I got the one you just saw, which is the water jacket one. All right, I'm gonna bring it back so I can concentrate. All right, so I think I'm down to my last bolt. There's the socket. I had to move down to a 1/4 inch socket wrench to fit in here. There's like a choke, it's not a choke stove, it's I'll show it to you later. It's sort of like a butterfly. What happens is that when the car is cold, and there's a spring on here, can you see the spring? Where is it? Right there. It closes this valve. They open so that the heat from the exhaust can warm the manifold and makes it run better in the winter. And then as it cools off, it closes that so that you don't get excess heat up in the intake manifold. So I'll show it to you once I get this manifold off. But I think I'm down to the last one. Well, wish me luck. Didn't break any studs, so not bad, except for the ones that hold the intake and the exhaust manifold together. All right, where's my wrench? Around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. My cheap Walmart, Kmart set. All right, see if I can put you in a spot where you can see this. Here's the end of the wrench, so you know where to focus. This one seems a little tighter. I'm going to tighten it first. Oh, this one definitely is tighter. This is the tightest one I've had. It didn't sound good, did it? I'm gonna give this a little spray and a bit here. I think it just moved. Yeah, let's give this one another spray. No more PB. I don't mean peanut butter. The light is difficult here. Oh, it came off. Oh, a little squeaky. Let's go the opposite way. The whole manifold is moving now. Try to catch the bolts inside the socket so I don't lose them. Got it. All right. I think this manifold is ready to come off. There it is. And let's see if I can get all my washers that I need here. 1, 2. Where are the other ones at? Sure it'll be easier to find. Well, I got 2 of them so far. I'm sure we'll find the others in here. All right, let's get this exhaust manifold off. Here's the little flapper I was telling you about. All right, I think the manifold will come off. Let me get you back up here. You see? Going to need to separate the head pipe off the manifold. Forget what size that was. You remember? Okay, there it is. All right, let's see what we got here. Still with me? Oh, my aching back. All right, broken stud here. Remnants of the old manifold gasket. And of course, this one is broken into the head. That one's going to be difficult to get out. But I have some tricks for that. The old gasket. All right. See how many of these triangle washers I can find. There's another one. Ooh. This is like a Christmas morning. What else do we have down here? Any other fun stuff? Assorted goop. I want to put that other stud in because I'm leaking stuff as we talk. Leaking fluid. Let's get that washer off. And let's get that stud back in. It goes right here. Like I said, some of these go into the water jacket. So they're going to need to be sealed. Now this one broke with plenty on here. I should be able to get a something on there. What do you call that thing? Vice grip. Should be able to get that off. Just give it some PDB while we're sitting here. And like I said, the one that's going to give me fits is that guy there in the back. You see him? So that will either be easy out, or I will maybe try to do a I don't know. I heard of a trick doing using a welder and welding on a nut. I may try to do that. We'll see. We'll come back for that. All right, do I have any more washers down here? Yep, there's another one. You see it? Hey, if you see one, yell out. There's another one. Let's see how many we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I got every one. I have to count how many there are, but and I think a couple may have fallen down here. We'll pull that out and get them. All right, so far so good. We'll be back. Maybe a good time to paint the engine too. Clean that all up. All right, I'm back. So two FUs in this whole job, which being what it is not too bad at all. FU number 1, I told you about, is the broken stud back here, which I didn't do. I bought the car with that broken stud. I broke this one, but the good news is that I've worked on this for a little while with these vice grips, and it is moving now. So I believe this one will come out. I sort of had to take the cover of the thermostat cover off so I could get, some more access to this. And before anybody tells me, I know that I'm using this the wrong way. You should be putting the pressure on the top jaws instead of the bottom jaws. But sometimes it's just difficult to get maneuverability. So let me work this all the way out without busting it, and we'll go from there. If you want to watch, I can set it up over here, I think. Again, patience is a virtue with this. These have been in there a good long time. So I want to make sure that they're loose before you go to the next round. Try using these the proper way. You don't have to be as tight as this was on here. Ah, motherfucker. It broke. Damn it. That's just trying to go too fast. I pretty much had it and I was getting cocky. Alright, so I got another one that I have to extract. Sort of the good news with this is that it was moving, so I probably can get that one out. Damn it, I almost had it. Well, just so you know, I'm not a total loser. I was able to extract this broken stud from the exhaust manifold. So, and I got one more that's broken. So, see how we do with that. Okay, let's try to get okay. So this one is going to be a little more difficult. Luckily, I do have a little bit of I have a little bit something to grab onto. The thing is with this is that there is nothing on the bottom for this, or it doesn't poke through the bottom, so it has no exit holes like these did. So I think what I'm going to do, instead of being cocky again, is since this is kind of flat, I'm going to just put a bunch of penetrating oil on here and just see if we can get something to seep through. I doubt that. The worst case scenario on this is that I will have to drill it out, which ain't going to be too bad because it's cast iron for one, and for two, it's off the car, so it's a lot easier to get a drill on. And take a good look at this too to make sure this exhaust manifold isn't cracked anywhere. Okay, we're back at the garage. Same day. I got my welder here. We're going to try to do a build up on here so I can get the vice grips on here. Try to get this one out. So let me set you up and we'll see what happens. Okay, I got some new wire. Last time I did this, there was like a complete rat's nest of wire. So I'm going to try to do this more smarter next time. We'll see what happens. So we're going to try to drill this one out and use an easy out. This one with the welder, not working. Not having fun, but we'll continue. thing with the easy out is that you don't want to break the easy out inside the hole you just drilled, because it's harder steel. What I do? I broke it. Oh, this is wonderful. Oop, I just lost my easy out inside my cowl. We'll get that out with a magnet. Okay, I did get these out by drilling. I'm gonna have to re-tap them. This one I'm a little suspicious of because I couldn't get it centered. So looks like it's gonna be a little bit off. Hopefully when I cut out the threads, it'll even itself out a little bit. It's off by a tiny bit. Well, we will just have to see how this works. I do have another head, so if I screwed this one up, we can always use that one. So I'm done for the evening. Started out at light, and it's now dark. Good night. So I've had some luck so far getting this one out. I'm tired of breaking things today, so I hope I can get this one out. This appears to be coming. I won't get too cocky on it, promise. All right, this one is out. Whew. All right, and that's it. All right, I'm tired. I'm going home.